Right. Morning, everyone. So the idea today is to work on the shoulders and kind of upper chest, upper back. And the reason for that is, so since I was very small, I always had kind of this pinching sensation into my elbow and a pinching sensation on my shoulder. And for years, I really tried to investigate what was it, because it was like I would go to kind of physiotherapy, and then they would just say it's nothing, like you're just having it in your mind, there's like a pinching sensation, and whenever I was like twisting, I would have the pinching sensation. So I started doing kind of a lot of shoulder exercises. So what we're going to do today is a combination, kind of a compilation of what I have done with different teachers. And most of the exercises that we're going to try at the beginning are from a guy called Hiro Landazuri, and he's really amazing. So I'll put a link to kind of a couple of his classes for free, and kind of to his Instagram, so you can do his classes. He has, I think, a platform. So, and he's great. He has lots of kind of small exercises that if you have some kind of issues on the hips, or issues on the shoulders, or issues on kind of the knees, he helps quite a lot. So I'll acknowledge that I'll use some from him, some from my two teachers, from Ali and Dylan, and also some from kind of gym practices with Matthew Buffon, like we did last week. So what we're going to start is with 3 tests, which are basically tests that I used to do in Hero's class. And these tests allow you to see kind of the range of motion of your shoulders. And it's a way at the end, while we're doing the closing up, to see whether you advance or like whether you have progressed. I mean, something you can keep doing, and then mentalizing yourself when you're kind of trying to figure out your shoulders, what is going on. So what you're going to do, the first exercise is we're going to bring our elbows together, as I was doing over here. So I'll show you both sets. You're going to bring the elbows together, the forearms together, and you're just going to start bringing the elbows up. But as you bring the elbows up, and then this is something that you really have to remind throughout yoga and kind of exercise, really try to keep the ribs in. So don't flare it up. Normally what happens is some people would do this. So don't flare it, keep the ribs in, keep the spine long, and just bring the elbows as high up as you can. What normally happens to me, which happens to a lot of people I've done these exercises with, is that you start shaking. As soon as you come to the higher end of motion range, then you start shaking. So it's really interesting how kind of a simple exercise can really be testing so much of your muscle. So allow the shaking to come. Keep your eyes closed if you need to. Let's start using the breath while we do this exercise, and we keep the shaking. And slowly lower. Notice what your shoulders feel like. We'll do this exercise again, so kind of notice where your shoulders were, and then we'll see how they are at the end. Second exercise is a bit of an exercise to see the range of motion towards the back. So this one, Hiro does it in a different way, but I found this one a little bit more useful. So what we're going to do, and I'll show you through the back, is we're going to bring your hands facing towards the front, as back as possible. Open the chest, but then again, once again, keep the ribs in. Now, bend the elbows, bring the hands facing towards the back, and then try to bring your hands together as they were fist. Avoid touching your back if you can. Bring the fist together. Now, allow the fist to touch your back. Open the chest, flare the chest up. Once again, close your eyes. Use the breath. And now, as you breathe out, and just push the hands away from your back. Use the breath to keep yourself there. For 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, and 1. Really slowly start opening the arms, send the hands to the back. Once again, hands facing forward, open the chest, and release any tension. Last exercise we're going to do is, again, an exercise to see kind of range of motion in your shoulder, but also for me it's an exercise that feels quite a lot into my lower back. So for this exercise, and it's basically one of the basic poses in yoga, you could do it 2 ways. So I'll show you the 2 ways you normally can do it. You can do Anahatasana. So for that, we're going to go into hands and knees. And you're going to try to keep your hips in line with your knees. Then from here, kind of feel the extension from the hips all the way to the ribs as you push the hands forward. Look in between your hands. Keep pushing your hands towards, imagine that you're pushing with your hands towards the hips, but then from the hips, feel the extension as you push down. If possible, put the forehead. Otherwise, put the chin down, but avoid the elbows touching the ground. Keep the elbows slightly high. Maybe your chest will come down or not, doesn't matter. Nothing happens if it is, just stay here. Use the breath, every single inhale to get a little bit of height. On the exhale, get a little bit lower. Inhale, get a little bit high. Exhale, a little bit lower. Inhale, a little bit high. Exhale, a little bit lower. Inhale, a little bit high. Exhale, lower. Now, last 3 breaths, stay down. For 3, for 2, and 1. Slowly, slowly, slowly. Start to bring your hands underneath your shoulders and just move side to side. We're warming up a little bit the hands before I show you how to do this exercise in any other way. So in order to bring movement into your hands, bring the hands moving into the wall, and then just move side to side. If you feel you want to increase the range of motion, you can bring the hands together and just move a little bit into smaller, kind of a smaller movement, but still feeling kind of the stretching into the inside and outside of your hands, of your forearms. Beautiful. So this exercise I show you, Anahatasana, you can do it against the wall. And this is the way my hands-on teacher teaches it, which I feel has some benefits on the contrary of Anahatasana. So with Anahatasana, what I find is quite a lot of people become quite nervous when they do it during class. It can bring a lot of emotions in people. There are some people who say that gravity just makes them feel quite nervous about damaging their shoulders, and especially if you're coming to a class because of a shoulder injury and you're very concerned about doing a pose because it may bring the shoulder injury, I think you have to adapt it. So this is what he has done with a lot of his students that have shoulder injuries. So you just find a wall. You don't have it for now, it's okay. I just want to show you the option. And then you're going to do the same. You're going to push your buttocks back so the buttock stays on top or slightly back from the knees. And then you're going to look in between your hands and send your chest in between. And this is a great pose to do at work. Really, really great pose to do at work. Because if you're feeling, a lot of the shoulder problems are because you are like writing all day. So, or when you're carrying a baby, is a lot of these kind of circling sensation or hollowing sensation, punching position into your shoulders. So a little bit to bring that movement back if you're in the office or if you're just working at home, is just bring your hands as high as you can. Make sure you're not too far away from the wall, but you're not too close either. So he said about 50 centimeters, or basically the length of your lower leg, of your chins. And then look in between your hands, keep looking in between your hands. If you want to kind of make it a little bit stronger, you just push the hands like you were doing a handstand, then move your chest in between, or hands towards the wall, and then you push down as your chest moves up. And that is going to move, that's going to open the upper back. So those three poses, we're going to repeat them at the end. We're going to notice if there are any differences after we do the class. It's just a way of seeing whether we make progresses. But also, these three exercises have in common that you can do them everywhere. So these are my three exercises when I'm on a plane. So in a plane, for example, what I do is I modify this one with the chair in front. I'm sitting, then I do. Not that we're going to go into planes soon, but you know, if you ever go back into plane, those are the kind of poses you can do everywhere, and you kind of modify to do whatever you want. So for the start of the class, let's just start into a child's pose. We're going to become aware of our breath. Keep our hands really forward. Engage your arms, engage your shoulders. Bring everything towards the center. Now really focus on your hands and imagine you're pulling the hands towards your chest. Pull, 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 pull. This pulling sensation really does not exist in yoga. And the problem with that is that it ends up kind of limiting the options of what we do or like the range of motion. So incorporating a little bit of that pulling sensation, that's great for your back. Imagine you're pulling your mat towards yourself, crunching a little bit into the back, but crunching from a position of strength and engagement. Great. Slowly looking between your hands, tap your toes, and we're going to go for a modified downward facing dog. So slowly start to raise your knees up, keep them away from the mat, use slightly, and then push your chest towards the back. So you're trying to bring your chest towards your hamstrings, towards your quadriceps. Keep pushing, keep pushing. This is really going to start waking up your arms. Hold there, try to bring your chest a little bit lower. Get your legs a little bit straighter, but not totally in. That's going to calm your legs. Allow the chest to go in between once again. Really move your chest towards your quads. Last breath. And extend both legs. First downward facing dog of today. So feel free to bend the knees, walk your dog. As Matthew Bourdieu says, for really advanced practitioners, maybe put a smile in your face, put a smile in your face. And slowly start to walk forward. As you walk forward, keep putting weight into your hands. And using the strength of your shoulders, keep the activation in your shoulders. Exhale, release them. Bring your hands against opposite elbows. And just allow the weight to open into your hamstrings, open into your legs. But at the same time, for gravity, to allow some movement and space in your rotator cuffs. This is another pose that I find that is amazing when you're working in the office or in the home. It helps a lot. Bend the knees, place the hands, the tips of your fingers down. Inhale, look forward. Try to bring your chest a little bit into kind of a back bend. Slowly keeping the knees bent. Start to go up, up, up. Roll your shoulders to the back as you lift your head forward. Beautiful. Same exercise we did with Hiro. Send your hands to the back. Open the chest, but keep the ribs in. On the inhale, bring your hands up. Looking between your hands. Open your chest just a little bit, small back bend. Keep feeling kind of how your quads get engaged, your hamstrings get engaged. Exhale, really slowly start to go all the way down. For the first session of Surya Namaskar sun salutations. Inhale, look forward. On the exhale, bring your right leg to the back. Knee down. Look forward. Roll your shoulders to the back. Roll your shoulders forward, circles. Push into the mat. Really get the chest in. Feel the separation between your chest and the quads. Exhale. Left leg to the back. Downward facing dog. Inhale forward. Knees down, chest and chin as we were doing in Anahatasana, but this is the Ashtanga Namaskar position to the position of 8 support. Stay down, on top of the toes. Slowly move forward. Bring your chest just slightly up. Use your shoulders to open the chest and your elbows. Keep them close to your body. Again, it's like, I have to remember that as well. Move back into child's pose. Same thing as we did when we move into our first and we're facing dog. So feel you're pulling the hands towards the knees towards the hands, and now lift the knees slightly up. Try to move your chest towards your knees. For 1, for 2, extend the legs just a little bit. Send the chest towards the legs again for 1 and 2. And finally extend the legs completely. Downward facing dog. Inhale, bring your right leg up. Knee moves towards the chest. Release, put in between your hands. Back, knee down. Look forward. Once again, roll the shoulders to the back. Roll the shoulders forward. Strongly push into the mat with your hands. Keep the push. Bring both feet together. Release down. Use your hands to bring your forehead close to your chins. Bend the knees. Inhale, all the way up. Hands together. Look to the ceiling. Engage your legs. Engage your belly button. Push a little bit to the back. Back bend. Exhale, all the way forward and down. Look to the front on the inhale. Exhale, move your left leg to the back. Knee down. This time, hands into the hips. Bring your fingers together in your sacrum. Push your chest forward. Then, once again, try to bring the elbows, trying to engage this position into the elbows by bringing the elbows closer to each other. Try to feel how your shoulder blades move down. Smile. Exhale, release. Hands push into the mat as you move back into downward facing dog. Exhale. Move forward, knees down, chest and chin. Ashtanga Namaskar.
Feel the opening into your chest, untug the toes, push the chest forward and up, keep the elbows in, maybe go a little bit higher. Exhale, back into child's pose, tug your toes, pull the mat towards yourself with your hands and your feet towards the center, bring the knees up slightly, move your chest towards the quad. Hold for 2, 1, extend the legs just a little bit. For 2, really send the chest towards the hands, towards the quad. And 1, extend the legs, downward facing dog. Left leg goes up. Knee moves towards the chest. Shoulders on top of the hands. Release the foot in between your hands. Inhale, look forward. Knee down, hands towards the back. Thumbs are into your sacrum. Push the chest forward. And then move the elbows closer. We're focusing more into kind of really opening your elbows, increasing the range of motion, and then again, smile, so you always forget. Release the hands forward, push into the mat. Bring both feet together, use your hands to bring your forehead close. Bend the knees, inhale, all the way up. Slow, small back bend here. Exhale, prayer in front of your heart, Samastitihi. Inhale once again, hands up into the back. Exhale, full forward and down. Inhale, look to the front, bring your right foot all the way to the back. Third position. So bring your hands up, interlace the fingers. Then more than pushing, kind of going into a back bend, but I'm going to ask you send your hands to the back. Kind of your arms behind your ears. Move the shoulder blades down. Open the chest. Feel the stretch into your psoas, the front side of your hips. Exhale, release the hands down. Really push to the mat. Downward facing dog on the exhale. Bring your knees down. Chest and chin. Maybe keep the chest and chin a little bit closer to your knees. Maybe this time you can interlace the hands behind and then lift them slightly. Release the hands if they're in the interlace. Untug the toes. Push your chest forward. Keep the elbows hugging. And then maybe go a little bit higher, but keep the elbows really hugging towards the center. Either here or a little bit straighter. Exhale. Down, child's pose, sorry. Once again, tuck your toes. Look in between your hands. Feel the pulling sensation from the hands towards the center and from your toes towards the center. Bring the knees slightly in. Chest down. Extend the legs a little bit. Just even a little bit more closer to your quads. Extend the legs. Push them out away. Right leg goes up. Knee to the chest. Release the foot in between your hands. Back, knee down. Hands together. Change the interlace of the fingers. So do it the normal way and then change it. Then send the hands to the back. Open the chest. Feel the shoulder blades moving down and together. Keep the arms, if possible, behind your ears. Feel the stretch into the front side of your left leg. Release your hands towards the front. Push the weight into the front foot. Bring both feet together. Use the hands to move your chest towards your legs. Bend the knees. Keep the bend into the knee as you move up, open up, maybe a small back bend. Exhale, hands in front of your heart, release. Other side, inhale, hands up. Exhale, full forward and down. And the inhale, look to the front, bring your left foot to the back, sorry. Knee down. We're changing the exercise. So this time, bring the hands up, allow your left hand to stay up, right hand goes towards the back of your leg. So try to place it into your hamstring, or maybe lower if you can. If possible, bring it all the way back. And what happens is that you end up kind of pulling away from the knee, you just keep it closer. Open the chest, pull the shoulders together. Maybe if you have the hand into your hamstring, allow the other hand to move also to the back. Put your chest forward, move the shoulder blades together, open the chest. Now push forward. So you work both in the psoas and into the opening of the shoulders. Release. Remember to smile because I always forget. Exhale, downward facing dog. As you can see, shoulders are just something that is really, really difficult for me. So I don't smile that much when I'm in this pose, in this class. Exhale, forward, bring the knees down, chest and chin. Ashtanga Namaskar. Maybe the chest a little bit closer, almost like in an Anahatasana. If you can, interlace the fingers behind your back. Change the interlace. Look forward. Breathe. And release. Untuck the toes. Push forward. Keep the elbows together. Exhale, downward facing. Exhale, child's pose, sorry. Pull, hands towards the knees, foot towards the center. Now bring the knees up slightly. Move your chest towards your quads. Extend the legs a little bit. Push the chest towards your quads again. Extend the legs completely, downward facing dog. Left leg goes up, knee towards the chest. Release the foot in between your hands. Back, knee down. Inhale, both hands up. And the exhale, left hand to the back. Maybe grabs the foot, maybe it doesn't. It doesn't matter. If you're gonna keep it into your hamstring, leave it there. Allow the other hand to join on top. Then push forward, move the shoulder blades together, pull them down, open the chest. Release, smile. Extend both legs to the front, bring both legs to the front. Bring your feet together, use your hands into the back to bring you a little bit closer. Bend the knees, inhale, up, open the chest, maybe small back bend. Exhale, release your hands in front of your heart. Beautiful. We're going to start now with the sequence. And the sequence is initially based on kind of the Surya Namaskar that we're adding. If you see this class is a little bit different from some of my classes, in which is a little bit slower and really purposely, and really kind of has a purpose for like every single pose to try to stop a little bit. The reason is because, as I told you, really have this pain. So I really try to make the most of the class when I do it. Inhale, hands up, open the chest. Exhale, fold forward and down. Release your hands all the way down. Inhale, look to the front. As we did before, right foot to the back. Bring the knee down. Inhale, hands up. Move your chest forward. Release your hands to the back. Imagine you're being pulled away, as we did at the beginning. Really imagine you're being pulled away. Now bend the elbows. Bring the hands together. Bring the hands into a fist behind your back. Push the chest forward. Now, as you keep the chest pulling forward, bring the hands away and up if you can. Away from the back and up. And just keep smile. This is really good for me, but really deserves everything. And release it down. On the inhale, hands up. Keep the toes up. Inhale, move up into your high lunge, your crescent lunge. Anjaneyasana. Bring your hands into cactus pose. Bring them down. Now, hands once again towards the back, but then try to grab opposite elbows. Open the elbows up. Release. Hands up. Really slowly try to bring the back heel down. If you need, move down first. Bring your feet a little bit closer. Find your warrior one. And some exercises for your shoulders here. What we're going to do is start to bring the hands up, hands facing forward. You're going to rotate them outward, separate them from each other. Out, and hands face up, then out, then hands face up, and out, then hands face up, out, hands face up, out, hands face up, out. Last one, hands face up. Now in, hands up, in, hands up, in, for 5, hands up, in, hands up, in. Beautiful. Interlace your hands behind your back. Open the chest. Exhale, move forward into Virabhirasana. Into your really amazing open pose, humble warrior. This pose is normally used for your hips. Use it to open the shoulders, so really focus on the opening of your shoulders. Open your heart forward, even if you don't go as low as you normally do. Release your left hand down. Open your shoulder into extended side angle. Open your chest to the side. So normally extended side angle is thought more of as leg pose, which it is. But now think it more about as a chest opener. Hand can go up or to the front. Hold for 3, for 2, and 1. Move all the way to the back. Reverse your warrior. Open the chest into the other side. And move into warrior 2. If you need, extend your front leg for a while, then move back into warrior 2. As we did with warrior 1, we're going to do a couple of exercises here. Shoulder exercises, so hands facing forward. Move your hands to the back, as we did before. This time, try to change the hands. So if your right hand was under before, try to bring the left one. Clasp the hands into opposite elbows. Open the chest to the side. release. Now we're going to do a little bit of a difficult pose. So bring your right hand up, left hand down, open towards in different directions. Your right hand is facing forward, left hand is facing back. Open, 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 open. As you open, bend the elbows and allow them to go towards the center. If you can't, avoid touching the back. Try to get the hands together without touching the back. Now release. Maybe you find the hands, maybe you don't. If you don't, you can get that towel, that small towel I told you about, or you can get a belt and get them together, or you can just grab your shirt and get as close. Doesn't matter where you are. Use this focus on the shoulders. Extend the front leg. Move both feet towards the side wall. Heels out, toes in. Open the chest. And exhale slowly. Move all the way down. Move all the way down. Move all the way down. Try to keep the chest open as you move down into Parivrtta Padottanasana. Bend the elbows. Send the chest forward, almost kind of sit into a chair. Keep the hands clasped as they are. Inhale, all the way up. Slowly, release the clasp, release the clasp. Feel the difference into the arms. Open the arms again towards the back. On the next inhale, face forward. Once again, warrior one, interlace the hands. Move forward. But what you're going to do this time is move all the way up into warrior three. Open the chest into your warrior three. Open your foot to the back. This pose is a beautiful story, which we'll go into future classes. On the exhale, bring your right knee toward the chest. Avoid losing the balance if you can. Today I'm very shaky. Hands, once again, towards the side. You can keep the foot as it is. You can interlace it down once or twice. Open the arms, open the arms. Right arm underneath your left. Open into your Garudasana arms. If you lose the balance with the legs, doesn't matter. Keep pushing or keep moving your elbows up, your shoulder blades down. Slowly move all the way down. Elbows in front of your knees. Stay low. Inhale slowly, move up and out. Exhale, move the foot back. Open the chest. Open your foot, make a small back bend here. Exhale really slowly, release the foot all the way down. Once again, humble warrior, but with your hands into Garudasana. Release your hands down on the inside of your foot. Move your foot towards the outside. Lift your back heel. We're going to go into lizard. But before going into lizard, we're going to stay first into a high lizard. And we're going to do an exercise that I think the most useful whenever I'm doing exercise and I feel tired is into the shoulders. So staying here into this kind of pre-lizard position, what we're going to do is engage the shoulders. So start by pushing the mat away, engaging the shoulders so they go up. Now move your shoulder blades down. Your head kind of sinks into the shoulder. Now allow the chest to sink down towards the mat. Move forward. Separate the shoulders from the ears. Inhale, push. So it's like a small circle. Let's do it again. go back, kind of bringing your ears over your shoulders, collapse or allow the shoulders, the chest to move in between and down. Staying there, move forward with your chest, now push up. So it's like a small circle. You see, it's like a small circle into the shoulders. Circle going backward. Do 5 circles more. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now bring the back knee down, bring the elbows down. Go down into your lizard pose. A little bit of no work into the shoulders for a while. Now push into the mat, maybe lift the back knee, bring both feet towards the back into your forearm plank. What we're going to do here is the same thing as we did with the foot forward. Circles towards the back, 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 circles towards the back. Now my favorite pose, dolphin pose. Start bringing your feet closer, closer towards your elbows. Push them out away with your hands and your elbows. Try to bring your chest towards your legs as we did into the downward facing positions. Hold here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Move all the way back. Last part of the exercise. Allow your right hand to move a little bit towards the center. Lift into a Vashisthasana into your forearm. Side plank. Open. Now feel the push. So really, really engage the shoulder and bring the chest up from the strength of your shoulder. Lift your right foot, bend it, allow it to go towards the back, and open your chest into a wide pose, but with your forearm down. Open here for 3, for 2, and 1. Slowly return to center, forearm plank, move the hips down into a sphinx. Grab your breath for a while. Keep pushing your chest forward. Let's return into some normality. Release your chest in between your hands. Bring your hands forward and then find opposite elbows with the hands. Your arms are on front of your head. We're going to do a little bit of back bends here. So, bit of both poses, Shalabhasana. The next inhale, lift only the legs. And stay there for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release that. On the next inhale, lift only the chest for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release that. Now, arms and legs go up together for 10. So inhale, exhale, inhale, everything lifts for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Push them out away. Move back into child's pose, tug your toes, as we did in the Surya Namaskars. Pull the mat towards the center, walk with your toes and your hands, and then bring the knees up slightly, move the chest towards your quads, extend the legs just a little bit, get the chest a little bit lower, feel the space, and extend both legs up. Deep breath. On the next inhale, bring your right leg up, knee to the chest. Release your foot in between your hands. Allow the knee to go down. Inhale, lift. Hands up. We're going to open again as we did at the beginning. So allow the hands to go down and open. Really open. Bend the elbows. This time, bring your left hand down or left hand closer to your back. Feel the push of the hand against opposite elbow now. Try to bring the hands away from your back. Holding here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and smile. So you always forget. Inhale, hands up. Inhale, go up into your crescent. Breathe. We're going to once again do the same exercise to bring the hands back. Really feel you're pushing away. Move the elbows towards each other. Try to remember to keep the left arm towards your chest, and open, get the arms away for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If you need, bring the hands down and set your foot into warrior 1. Otherwise, do it as you're standing. Take your time. Get your hips forward. Beautiful. Hands up. A little bit more shoulder exercises. So hands facing forward. We're going to separate them. Move them away from each other and back. Up, hands facing forward. Separate them and back. Again, hands up. Separate them. Move them back. Smile. Hands up. Separate them. Move them back and up. Separate them. Move them back and up. Separate them. Move them back and up. Now, same thing towards the inside. So hands up. Move the hands towards each other. Open and up. Hands towards each other. Open and back. Hands up. Open and back. Hands up. Open and back. Last one. Hands up. Open and back. Beautiful. Interlace your hands behind your behind your back. Make sure you cross the other finger on top. So do the normal one and then change. On the exhale, release forward. Stay down into this humble warrior. Concentrate more on the opening of the shoulders than on the hips. Maybe move your heels slightly outward to give you space. Hold. Feel how it opens into the side of the legs. Now open the chest a little bit. Slowly release your right hand down. Bring it next to your foot. From there, really feel about pushing the mat away with your hand. The other hand circles in front of your face, moves up, extended side angle. Barsha Konasana. Maybe goes forward, look towards your fingers. If you are more advanced practitioner, you smile. Maybe you go into bind. It's not necessary now. On the next inhale, move up and reverse your warrior. and find warrior two. If you need to extend the leg for a while, and then bend it again, find your warrior two. As we did before, we're going to do some exercises here, some shoulder exercises. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring our left hand up, right hand down. Left hand is facing forward, right hand is facing back. Same thing as we did before. We're going to bend the elbows and start bringing them toward the center, towards each other. Don't touch the back. Imagine you're like playing, what is this name of this game? Operation, I think. Then you avoid touching the body, or it brings. Stay away. When you think you're as close as possible, release. Maybe the clasp comes, maybe it doesn't. Okay, engage your ribs. If you need the belt, we'll wait for you. Get the belt, get the shirt, really grasp your shirt maybe. Extend both legs, toes in. Let's get toes out first. Toes out, heels in, open the chest just slightly. On the exhale, toes in, heels out. Move all the way down. We're adding a position here, which I forgot on the other one. Bend the knees, inhale, sit, lift. We're going to start turning towards the front, turn. Keep turning towards the other side. If you can, without using the hands, move down into your Garudasana pose. Open the chest. Exhale, release down into your full Garudasana. Maybe with the hands together, maybe not. Inhale, stay seated here, lifted or closer. Release the clasp really slowly. Release the shoulders. Move the hands towards the front and rotate all the way towards the side of the mat. Because we didn't do it on the other side, we're going to find a little bit of equilibrium here. So right hand up, left hand down. Once again, try to find the center with both of your hands without touching the back. When you feel you kind of go a little bit closer, you put it into your back. Maybe you find the clasp, maybe you don't, it doesn't matter. You're going to now rotate towards the back. Back, rotate, knees down. Ooh, breathing slowly. Move into your Garudasana. Enter into your cow face pose. Open here. Move forward and down. Release. Slowly. We're going to move now towards the back and then rotate all the way towards the side into Padottanasana. Inhale, lift. Open your arms as they were wings. Beautiful. Interlace. Bring the hands together. Bring your left arm down, right hand up. Rotate towards the front of the mat. Once again, we're going to go into humble warrior, but this time with your Garudasana hands. Beautiful. Move forward. Maybe find a little bit of a warrior three. Open the chest, open the foot. Try to make a circle with your body. Inhale, lift. Lift. My balance today is completely off. Knee into the chest. Maybe your foot crosses on top. Maybe it doesn't. It doesn't matter. Nothing happens. Get your balance. You're more concerned about the shoulders today. So find your balance wherever it is. On the exhale, move all the way down. Bring your elbows in front of your knees. Beautiful. Stay down. Inhale slowly, find your balance, find your balance. Bring the knee towards the chest. Move towards the back. Once again, open into your warrior three, modified warrior three. Open everything. You'll find more space this time, maybe. Release your foot all the way down. Release your hands. Bring the hands on the inside of your foot. Move your right foot towards the side. Bring the knees down. Now we're going to do the opposite. So last time we were doing kind of position movement towards the front. We're going to move back. So the first thing we're going to do with the hands out, the knee down, we're going to collapse the back, like allow the back to go down in between your shoulders. Pull back. Bring the ears close to your shoulders. Now push forward. The ears are still close to the shoulders. And then forward so the ears separate from the shoulders. And again, down, chest in between your, or like pulling towards the hands. Move back so the ears get closer to the shoulders. Now push into the mat, ears close to the shoulders, but you're engaging the upper back. Move forward, full engagement, then keep doing your circles. This is like you were rowing, I feel it like you're rowing. Beautiful. Keep going with your rowing position here. Nice. Keep the toes tucked, maybe do it without the knee. For 2 and 1. Push the mat away, bring your front foot all the way to the back and come down into your elbows. So we are into forearm plank. Once again, we're going to start first by you sustain and making the same circles that we were doing before. So feel you're rowing forward, smile. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, move your left hand towards the right hand. Open into side plank. Really feel you're pushing from your shoulder, really opening and bringing everything up. Hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right foot lifts, bring it back, almost kind of a little bit closer to your hip if you can. Now open the chest towards the ceiling, look back if you can into your modified wild thing. Release slowly, move all the way back into your forearm or into your forearm plank. Release. Push your chest towards the front, your elbows towards the back, untuck the toes. Close the eyes, releasing tension before we move into the last part of your back bends. And I give you a little bit of a hand balance or arm balance to work on. So this time, push away with the hands, move back into your knees. If you need, in order to protect your knees, maybe kind of bring a double into your mat. I have 2 mats here, so it's quite cushioning, but no, maybe making it a little bit cushier is not going to harm. So we're going to start into our camel poses. And Again, camel poses, I really find that they're a great chest opener, and they're a little bit lesser you find for a lot of people than even the bridge that we're going to do later. And it allows you that time to really open the chest and bring the shoulders together. So first thing we're going to do is bring our hands in front of our chest, tuck the toes under, roll the shoulders down or back and down. Shoulder blades are almost like, feel like the shoulder blades are pushing together, moving together. Now start moving your hips forward. That's all you're going to do. Hips forward, hips forward, hips forward. As you move the shoulder blades down, shoulder blades down, shoulder blades down, shoulder blades down, shoulder blades down. Keep pushing forward as the shoulder blades move down. Maybe your chest is looking up. Release both hands at the same time. Try to find your feet. And from there, push your hips forward, your quads forward. The last thing you release is your head. Now maybe allow the hands to go. Bring your hands into your chest. Start moving your chest up by really pushing with your quads. Last thing that comes towards the center is your head. Now I'm going to modify my pants. They're a beautiful present, but you know, these really nice, kind of, I don't know how to say it, like embroidery or kind of, yeah, net, it hurts the knees quite a lot. Move it up a little bit. So same thing, but with the toes on top. You can keep the toes up if it's too much, if you feel too nervous about going into your lower back here. Same thing, hands into your chest. Focus first on your breath. Now start moving your hips forward, hips forward. As you move the hips forward, you push with your hamstrings, really engage the hamstrings to the back. Feel that your buttocks are moving in, but not squeezing. Allow the buttocks to have some kind of release. Keep the chin in, keep the chin in, keep the chin in. Try to go as long as you can. Release the hands down, maybe at the same time. Push the chest forward. Push the chest forward and up. Quads forward. A little bit more of the quads forward. Hands into the chest. Maybe go a little bit lower, 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 lower. Then up, up, up. Chin into the chest. Hands into the hips. Slowly with control, start to go down. This position can quickly kind of arouse, kind of like in me, it really arises a lot of things. Slowly go back into hands and knees. Bring your right foot on top, your right leg on top of the left. Move back, feet forward. So we're going to do a wheel. Move back into a crow, then back into a wheel. And the reason we're going to do this is, with the crow, what you find is that it's usually pushing away the mat, but then that engagement into your chest actually is an engagement that you have to keep when you're doing your wheel. So we'll use it to kind of bring an awareness into both sides of your body. So the options here are, you can stay into your bridge, your back in. Hi. Do you hear me now? Yes, all right. Sorry, guys. So pin video. Alrighty. Okay, let's go back. after the small intervention. So you can just go into your bridge, as I was saying, or you can go into wheel, okay? In any case, we're starting from the same position. We're starting from bridge. So lay down, bring your feet closer to your buttocks, and then inhale, lift. Lift your hips only. Now focus on your hamstrings. Really engage the hamstrings. Really feel that the hamstrings are getting kind of tight and that your quads are opening. From here, interlace your hands underneath your back. Open the chest. Stay here, or if you have it in your practice or you feel that you want to do it, you can go into a wheel. I'll show you a modification the second time around. So keep pushing the hips up, keep pushing the hips up. Now, from your hands, push the mat away and try to go all the way up into the wheel. Now, same thing as we did on the camels. Move your chest forward, keep pushing with your hips forward, with your quads up. Engage the hamstrings. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly, really slowly. Down, stay first in bridge. Hold your bridge for 2, 1. Now bring the knees together. Feet as wide as the mat. Allow your lower back to return to a little bit of a neutral position. Move towards the side. Use your hands to bring yourself all the way up. Find your hands and knees. And we're going to go for a crow, okay? So with crow, what you want is almost kind of the inverse position of your wheel. You're bringing the chest in and your shoulder blades are separating. But it has the same sensation because you have to have everything towards the center. So as well as you are doing with your back bend, you really have to keep thinking about your elbows moving closer. So let's just try it, okay? We're going to do it tomorrow again with the kids. So for your crow, what you're going to do is you're going to lift, come into your toes. My knees, I call those kind of funny sounds. Don't worry, it's just what happens. Bring your feet together. Then start moving your hands forward. Hands forward. And same thing as we were doing into that downward facing dog. Push the mat away and then pull it in. Maybe you can bring your elbows down. Maybe you can bring your hands into your feet. If you can, maybe try to lower your head all the way down into the mat. And then keep squeezing and squeezing and squeezing. I find this pose really amazing for my lower back. Release everything, keep the hands forward. Now, bring your knees as high as you can. I find that in many cases for beginners trying to do your arm balance, it's easier if you just teach them to bring the knees into the elbows. But first try it into kind of your armpits or your forearms, see how it goes. So inhale, bring the buttocks up. Bring your knees into your armpits or into your triceps, then move forward. That's it. Only move forward. If you feel stable here, maybe bring one foot up and bring it down. The other foot up and down. Maybe 2 feet up. And then squeeze towards the center. That's what I was telling you. Really feel you're squeezing towards the center. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release that. Shake your arms. Bring the knees down. Once again, cross your left leg on top of the right one. This time, move back. Then once again, option for wheel. or option for bridge, your choice. If you are in whatever of the two that you're doing, again, feel that sensation of moving the elbows close. It's interesting that in a back bend and in something that is opposite to a back bend, the same thing is happening. You really have to move the elbows closer. So hips up. Interlace the hands underneath. Really try to keep the elbows close. If you're going for a wheel, hands next to your ears. Fingers facing towards the knees. On the next inhale, grab some energy and push them out away. Try to get as tall as you can. Feel the engagement into the shoulders. Now maybe move your feet a little bit closer. Open, open, open into your chest for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release the head down. Stay a little bit into your reach if you can. And release. This time, bring your feet together. Open your knees out into Baddha Konasana, Supta Baddha Konasana. Breathe here. Move all the way towards the right. Use your arms to lift yourself up. And move into hands and knees. One last opportunity for your crow. So same thing, just bring it into your elbows or bring it higher up. The focus is on keeping the elbows, kind of keep hugging towards the center as we do when we are in the wheel, that we're kind of opening towards the center through the back. Here is towards the center into our core. And the other thing is really about moving forward. You don't go up until you move forward. And the issue with moving forward is the fear of falling into your face. So if you are at the beginning of your crow, place a cushion, a pillow. Gabby used to put a lot of blankets. We'll do it tomorrow with the kids. So bring your feet together, same thing as we did before. Maybe you'll find a little bit more space this time. So come into your tippy toes, come into the balls of your feet, move forward, move forward, move forward. And then maybe you open the arms and then you interlace them into your feet. From here, keep kind of hugging towards the center, hug towards the center. Maybe you pull your head down. Keep hugging towards the center. Release. Move your hands towards the front. Keep the elbows, keep the knees close towards your armpits if you can. Move the hips a little bit higher. Move right away a little bit forward. So when you come into your crow, you don't have to go that much more forward up. Then up, bend the elbows, make a little bit of a kind of a cupboard for your legs here. Then move forward, maybe lift both legs up, maybe lift one, maybe lift two, and just play. Holding it here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Hug the knees, hug the elbows. 2, 1. Release. Knees down. Toes up or toes on top. Open your chest, open your arms to the back. Beautiful. Really nice. Before moving into the last poses, we're going to do the 3 same things that we did at the beginning. So bring your forearms together, elbows together. Inhale. Exhale, release any tension. Bring the elbows higher up. See if there is any change. Use the exhale to calm the shaking. Keep the ribs hugging in. For 3, for 2, and 1. Release. Open the arms, hands facing forward. Really open. Beautiful. Now, second time to kind of do the test. So, same test that we did when we were going into our cow face pose. So right hand up first, left hand back. Now, once again, start bending the elbows, moving the elbows towards each other. Avoid touching the back. Avoid touching the back. And now allow it to touch the back. Maybe the fingers meet, maybe they don't. Doesn't matter. Close the eyes. Now use the head to pull towards or pull into your arm, your upper arm, your right arm, and open the chest. Close the eyes. Close the eyes. Close the eyes, maybe bring a back bend here. Exhale, move forward. Maybe try to bring the elbow towards the mat, really opening into the side of your left shoulder. Use the breath. Release. Release your hands really slowly. Opposite, left arm up, right hand down. Right hand face into the back, left hand facing towards the front, smile. Start to bring your hands towards each other without touching, without touching, without touching. Now allow them to touch them back. Maybe your fingers meet, maybe they don't. Once again, it doesn't matter. Hi, Kavita. Open the chest, really open the chest. Send the message. Exhale, fold forward. And slowly move all the way up. Release. Release. Our Shavasana today is going to be a little bit different. So you're going to move down into the mat. Open your arms, kind of into a T position. Your choice here, and I always give choices here because I find that when you don't, some people will go into the second option and it's not appropriate for everyone. So we're going to just try the first option, and in the second one, if you see it's too much, you go back to this one, okay? Really listen to your body. So hands into a T, make sure your hands are the same height as your shoulders. Bring your right hand next to your shoulder, and now push the body towards the left side. Maybe your right foot comes down, maybe your left foot comes down. Maybe, if you can, you're really flexible into this shoulder. Maybe your right foot comes on top, making a four-legged position with your legs. Use your fingers to open the chest. I love this pose. It's a pose I try to do in the mornings, and I try to do also in the night before going to sleep. Release. Release slowly. Move towards the other side. Same thing, and you're going to find a lot of differences between two sides, and it doesn't say it's anything bad about you. It says something about your body and the balances, what arm you use more, towards which side you tend to crouch more. Same thing, maybe both feet go into the mat, maybe the left one crosses on top. This one's a little bit harder for me. The right arm is where you have that pinching sensation, so you have to be careful here, not to go too much. If you're crossing your left foot on top, then what you're going to do is you're using that foot to move your chest or move your body towards the right side. Breathe one more time. Release. So as I say, next one is an option. Otherwise, you go back to the first one. So what you're going to do is bring your hands into a cactus. You make sure your elbows are at the same height as your shoulders. Same thing, use your hand to move yourself towards the left side. Open the chest. This time, you're not going to find that much range of motion into the legs. And possibly you're going to feel like, normally what it feels for me is like, you had like little kind of electricity rays going towards my elbow, and then from my elbow all the way into my head, which at the beginning I found difficult to match. So if it's too much for you, go back to the other one. Slowly go back to center. Elbows into come into a T, into a cactus position, sorry, and open to the other side. And you will see here that this side is very different for me. I just don't have mobility. This is the arm where I had the injury, and thus I allow my body to use chillax because it's too much for me. But it has gone from a place where I just couldn't touch it at all, where I couldn't do anything on this side, to have a little bit of range of motion to now medium range of motion. So slowly, slowly you make change. Slowly go back to center. Then Shavasana today is going to be on elephant pose. What you're going to do is bring your hands cross on top of each other, your forehead down. You're going to cross your right or your left foot into 4 position on your elephant trunk. What I like about this pose for Shavasana is that when you're working on your shoulders, it allows you to have some engagement. You're kind of slowly lifting into your shoulders. If you don't want to keep your forehead down and you want to look to either side, look towards the opposite side from the leg that is bent. Imagine somebody massaging you. For small naps, I use this pose a lot. If I go in Shavasana, I normally fall asleep. So this pose helps me when I need to do kind of a small nap and kind of a recovery nap. Just focus into your shoulders. How does your shoulders feel? Release your foot is in a 4 position into number 4 position. Allow the feet to go as wide as the mat and just move the hip side to side. We're going to do a last position before moving into our seated position. So bring your hands forward. Now start walking them a little bit closer towards your chest, almost into kind of Bhujapadasana pose. Then bring your right hand underneath your left, so kind of thread the needle underneath. And then move the other hand towards the other side, so you're kind of making a kind of crossing. You're crossing the hands in front of each other. And then just allow it to go down. If there is any remaining issue or sensation into your shoulders, this normally helps. You can move side to side here if you want to. That's Gabby. Release. Hands forward. Now left hand crosses underneath the right. Right one goes towards the other side. Go down. Feel the open on the arms. Breathe. Breathe into any sensation of discomfort. Maybe move side to side. Then release slowly. Use your hands to move yourself all the way back. Find a sitting position. Maybe sitting into your heels. Close the hands, allow the shoulders to release on either side. Hopefully you feel a lot more open. Today I used to make it all about the shoulders. We're going to change our hand position, so open your arms, bring your right arm under, come into your Gardasana hands. Your prayer in front of your third eye, your elbows connecting into your heart. Give thank you to yourself for allowing you to take some time for your body and your mind and your shoulders. Open the arms. Right arm on top. Bring the hands into your forehead again. Now give thank you to everyone else who does this practice with you and to all the energy that we share. In times as this, where there's so much uncertainty and there was so much discomfort and things going around in our mind, untangling places into our body, maybe will allow us to untangle some of the issues that we have as a society. And just release them. Release the arms. Thank you, everyone.